spent the last 2 hours analysing every frame of the brand new Satisfactory trailer in an attempt to find any new recipes, and it's safe to say, we found loads. Everything from a power shard creator, quantum liquids, diamonds, nuclear balls, and so much more. The best part is, I think I know how to make them. But right before we get onto that, a massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed over the last 48 hours. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you. So this is the trailer that I was watching on my live stream, and whenever it got to a point that we thought was interesting, we would then pause it, just like this. And every single screenshot has a different image that's interesting. For example, right here we can see, okay, we got a bunch of corn on a Mark 5 line going into the particle accelerator that's then producing this weird diamond block. We can see because this is the Mark 5 belt, we can roughly predict there is about 500 corn coming into here, and because this is the Mark 1 belt, we can see it's producing roughly 30 quote-unquote diamonds per minute. So it's little things like this that we were able to figure out. We then collected all of the information that we got. For example, if it was about the pink fluid, because of course we don't know the names of anything just yet, we would write the name that we were going to use, and what we see it being made from or into. For example, in this thing, we've got pink fluid 1. We know for a fact that it needs SAM ore. So this is at least guaranteed one thing that SAM ore will be making, is this random pink fluid. We also know that it's made from the constructor, which is actually really good to know. It means you don't have to combine it with iron or copper or limestone, you can just make it in the constructor, although I'm sure there will of course be alternate recipes if needed. We also have things like the octagon machine, bronze, of course this might not be bronze, is what we've called it though, and as we can see throughout the list, there is a lot of really cool stuff. And especially this, which we'll get onto in just a second. So we got all of the information, and I thought, okay, like when it comes to something like the quantum encoder parts, we know that it's produced at the quantum encoder, it uses a diamond part, and it also uses a bronze letter A. So I'm like, okay, well, surely we can just make it into a mind map. And that's exactly what we did. And I know this might look confusing at first, but trust me, this is piss easy to understand. And again, this is all, as far as what I'm aware, completely factual. This is what we saw in the trailer. This is very little speculation and basically just seeing or writing down what I saw. So when it comes to the SAM product, we know that it uses just SAM ore. And then it goes into machine 1. We don't know the name of it. I normally call it octagon machine, but either way, let's just call it machine 1. However, this machine also needs aluminium ingot, which is made from a foundry, and of course caterium ingot, which we can see throughout the trailer. I don't know if all three of these have to be combined together, but we know for a fact that caterium 1000% is used to make the bronze ingot, and I'm sure that these two have indeed got a part to play as well. And the reason why I'm so convinced about that is because of the SAM liquid byproduct. At first, I thought this was water. I'll show a quick clip on the screen, but I've got a feeling this is not water. It looks very silvery. That's probably not a real word, but it doesn't look like water. So what I think's happened is that the SAM has combined with the aluminium ingots, and these two together have actually formed this SAM liquid byproduct, which is used to make something that we'll show a little bit later on. And again, that's just my theory, but I'm pretty convinced that is indeed correct. Anyway, let's continue with this bronze. So the bronze ingot, which is made from machine 1, then makes the bronze A-frame. I've seen people call this a Toblerone, and I would call it a Toblerone, but every time I say that word, it makes me feel hungry, so I'm just going to call it a bronze A-frame. And this is made in a constructor, which is fantastic news. So again, we don't have to combine bronze with like something else. We know that bronze, or again, quote-unquote bronze, makes the A-frame, which is really, really cool to know. And I will be showing clips of, video clips in the background, just in case the pictures don't do the stuff justice, by the way, so don't worry. Next, the bronze A combines with supercomputed, and I know what you are going to say. This is not a supercomputer, this is a quantum computer. And I thought this as well, but if we look at this video in the background that I'm showing you, look at all the resources going into this thing. it's the exact same resources as one of these supercomputer recipes. So I believe that this is just the new supercomputer redesign, but I've actually got a video talking about this coming out within the next few days, so don't be too concerned if this confuses you, it's all good. Anyway, the bronze A-frame combined with the supercomputer, which of course is made from the manufacturer, which also combines the diamond parts, which you might be thinking, wait, what? The diamond parts? Don't worry, we'll get onto that in just a second. And remember that SAM liquid byproduct from earlier? Well, yeah, that also combines into this thing as well to produce some stuff that I'll get onto in just a second. But first, diamonds. What the hell? Well, remember during that slight introduction I was talking about how coal went into the particle accelerator? Yeah, this is what it forms. And this is what I mean when I say that a lot of this evidence I'm showing you is accumulated using facts, because we saw it, and I'm just telling you what I saw, essentially. But we know for a fact that diamonds actually makes this thing. We have no idea what the hell this thing is, except for the fact that we know it's made in the manufacturer. So do not be surprised if you're going to combine a few more of these to form this. Like, we're not just going to need diamonds, we're probably going to need some like iron, maybe copper stuff. We don't yet know, but as far as what we do know is that it's made in the manufacturer. And this is the reason why I say that this is very clearly a manufacturer, this is very clearly the new object that we just saw, and this is very clearly diamonds. Okay, we all know that, but I want you to have a look in this corner right here. Do you spot this icon that you can barely even see on your screens? That is the diamond going into the manufacturer, which proves our theory. So again, you get the SAM liquid byproduct, you get the brand new diamond parts, the brand new bronze A-frame, combine that with the supercomputer, and you form the quantum computer. And again, if you struggle to see how the hell this makes sense, I will have a full-on mind map that I will show in a video in a couple days' time. But for right now, this just gives you the gist of everything that we need to know. Secondly, we also seem to get some quantum juice. I very much doubt it's going to be called quantum juice because that sounds a bit weird, but I'm going to call it quantum juice. So we also get this as a byproduct from, I'm going to call it the quantum encoder, but as for now, we only know it as machine 2, which of course is really, really cool. And of course, again, quantum computers, really awesome as well. So the quantum juice combined with the diamonds, yes, we're using diamonds for a lot more than just this, actually forms, I call this the League of Legends crystal, but you can call it whatever you like, but it forms this crystal right here, and again, I'll play a clip on the screen to make it a bit easier to understand. The only issue, though, is that this is made from the particle accelerator, which they're not the cheapest thing to run or the cheapest thing to build, and you're probably going to need quite a lot of these, as you'll see throughout the day. Now, in regards of this crystal, it's actually used to make a couple of things. The first thing it could be used for is to go into our second machine, which we'll get onto in just a little bit, but it's also combined with concrete, iron plates, and nuclear pasta, all to form a nuclear ball. I'm guessing this is nuclear at least because it looks like a nuclear ball. Again, in a video I made a couple days ago, I compared this to like the first atom kind of thing, or the first nuclear bomb, which I thought looked kind of cool. And then that's combined with the plutonium weight, which we believe it does at least. This is not 100% confirmed, but from the way things look at least, these two combine. And they then form this, which is some sort of epic nuclear potential space elevator part thing. I call it the IKEA lamp, you can call it whatever you want. And yeah, that's really, really cool. And that again is formed using the nuclear ball and potentially plutonium waste. But as we can see, our ball theory does sort of add up. And again, when you combine that with the nuclear pasta, again, you got the ball from the pasta with the ball of the nuclear ball and then the ball of the IKEA lamp. So again, the shape all adds up, and I think that this is indeed correct. But let's just come back down over here for a quick second, because a few of you might have seen the beautiful creation I'm just about to show you. But again, let's go back to this crystal. If you combine this crystal with quartz crystals as well as some of this SAM liquid byproduct, put it into machine 2, you actually get power shards. Yes, power shards. You can now make power shards in Satisfactory. But even though this sounds amazing, and I suppose it is, let's think about what you actually need to use this thing. So first of all, quartz crystals you can really get at, like mid-stage of the game, that's not too bad. But when it comes, for example, to this SAM liquid byproduct, yeah, that's not quite as easy. Not to mention, you also need this diamond part as well. So again, you are having to combine 3 solids and a liquid for this thing. And to form this diamond part, you would have had to unlock particle accelerators to make diamonds. So in reality, you could only really make this power shard when you have particle accelerators unlocked, and you don't unlock that for a very, very long time. But again, quantum juice is another byproduct which you can just loop around to form more of these crystals, because these crystals are only really formed using diamonds and quantum juice. I don't know, and I don't think we need quantum juice to make anything else except for these crystals, as far as what I can see. But again, if you guys spotted anything, please do let me know, because it's always nice to help each other out here. So overall, this is everything that I was able to spot, and the rough recipes needed to make them. I am actually going to be doing something quite similar to this in the future, except I'm going to be showing you the exact resources that you need to form them. Like, if you want to make the quantum computer, which will be where the video is centered around, I'll tell you pretty much the exact ingredients to make. So not just this, but in fact a little bit more than that as well. And not only that, but the best recipe for the quantum computer before update 1.0 even comes out, which is insane. And you best believe we're also going to be talking about this as well. Anyway, that's just about going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. Click there or there to see more of my videos, and subscribe if you like Satisfactory. Have an amazing rest of your day. And remember, Godspeed.